Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome. Just move a little something this morning, you all.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Come on in. Come on in.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again this beautiful Friday, May the 5th. We appreciate you. Welcome to another episode of Financial Fun Friday. And I am your co host, Darlene Jenkins, and my other host,
Dr. Rita B. Rowland.
Dr. Rita B. Rowland. That is right. And of course, we are being brought to you by Affordable Benefit Solutions, where we're always bringing you what's new and what's next. So, if this is your first time joining us for Financial Fun Friday, this is a webinar that we do on the first and third Friday each and every month at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're also broadcasting live on Facebook Live simultaneously. So, hello, Facebook. Good morning, Joan. Good morning, Alwanda. For joining us. Thank you, everyone. And during this broadcast, what we do is we pull back the curtain so that you can get an in-depth understanding of not only your employer benefits, but we also give you retirement preparation options and just some other financial tips and strategies to help you reach your financial destination. So if you would like to join us live here on the broadcast, where when you talk, guess what? We talk right back to you. And on Facebook, you can register at ritabrolandevents.com. Follow us on Facebook at Your AB Solutions. And of course, look us up on YouTube. Any broadcast you miss, you can always go back and find them on YouTube. And guess what? This is where we do what, Rita? Our check-in. So please drop it in the chat. If you're on Facebook, make a comment and let us know where you are watching us from, because we know you tune in and you join us from all over the country. So thank you so much for joining us today. And Rita, you let me know where all of our attendees are coming in from. So during the Financial Fun Friday series, our whole purpose is just to help you understand your benefits, your money, because money is important if we want to live the lifestyle we want, right? But then also we help you understand your spending habits, and your spending habits are directly tied to what? Your money personality. So if you haven't taken that quiz, head over to YouTube and look up our money personality show so you can take that quiz. And then what we do is we put it all together so that we can offer support and provide solutions, rather, Rita, support and solutions that will enable you to reach your financial destination. So, Rita, where do we have our watchers tuning in from today?
We got Nashville. We got the Big Easy. We got Upper Marlboro. We got Delaware. We got Capitol Heights. I think we got Texas. And that's all Yep, that's it so far. That's told us where they're from.
All right. Well, we appreciate you, and we want you to know that you are welcome. And at the top, when we play the music, that's our time, because it's Friday, to move a little something, get the weekend started off right, or as we like to say, Rita, what? Our strong beginning. So just to let you know, so when we say you're welcome, welcome. Come on, aren't you welcome in the weekend? So
wait a minute, we got Fort Washington in the house, and I see my Texas girl. She is here, so we got Fort Washington in the house too.
Howdy, partner, down there in Texas, Fort Washington. What's up, neighbor? So before we jump into the content today, I just want to let everybody know that the information we're going to be going over is going to be presented in a generic fashion. And why do we do that? Because without having knowledge of each and every one of your particular situations on here, we can't customize the information to you. But what we can do is any information that we go over, if we hit a topic or subject matter that you're like, Rita, Darlene, I need more information, All you have to do is just reach out to your Financial Fun Friday team or any of our Affordable Benefit Solutions team members and say, I want to get that information customized to me. You can call us at our office at 301-577-6340, and any information that we share on here, that's what we're here for. We're here to customize it for you. So thank you so much for accepting the information as general in context and apply it where you feel it fits your needs. But again, we're here as your support system. So call us in the office, 301-577-6340. And anything that we go over, we can customize it for you. So thank you so much for understanding that. So for this month of May and probably into next month too, because this is a lot of information, we're going to be talking about the changing story of retirement. But more importantly, how do we have a happy ending to our retirement story, right? It's a lot going on right now. So I'm just going to jump in and let's get started. So what we're going to be going over the next couple of sessions is, number one, the history has a way of repeating itself. And I'm going to cover that. Then where are we going? Where have we been? Our great expectations. Guess what? We're living longer. And then Social Security by the numbers. If you're on here and you're a FERS employee or you're in the private sector, if you do a Social Security check, you want to make sure you stay with us, especially when we discuss that. And then all the places you'll go, because in retirement, you know, that's where you're heading for. That's what you're working for. You want to make sure that. And so we're going to look at, you know, how that's going to go in retirement. And then on Golden Pond, a brand new world, the future of your retirement income. So let's tackle the first thing. History has a way of repeating itself, doesn't it? Who can attest to that? Give me a little clap or drop in the box, you know, any examples you have of history repeating itself. I know I have one. I remember when in the 70s, when I was a little girl, we used to wear what? Bell bottoms. Guess what they wear now? Bell bottoms. So that's just one example. You all don't be afraid to talk to me now. But yes, so what has happened with our money as we invest and save towards our retirement? So back then, because a lot of us here, you know, probably none of us here on this broadcast were, you know, alive during the 20s when this was happening. So the stock market, we all know about the Great Depression and the stock market crash of 1929, right? So after the market crash, we had our Great Depression. Then in 1937, and I want you to follow the trend here, in 1937, then there was another crash. We were trying to get ourselves back together, but then it was another crash. Then a few years later, as we're struggling, trying to claw our way back up out of the Depression, then we had the Pearl Harbor attack, right? 1941. 1942, when that happened in the attack on Pearl Harbor, guess what? Our markets are affected by war. Anything like that going on now? So after that, in 1942, following the bombing of Pearl Harbor, guess what? The market hit its lowest point ever since 1934. And that was down to like 92.6 on the index. But then in May of that same year, guess what happened, you all? The market had a rebound and went on a bull run for 4 years. See, the market is very cyclical, and I'm going to get into that. And so what's happening now when we talk about repeating ourselves? 1987, now all of you on here probably remember this. We had a global crisis, and it was called Black Monday, and the markets fell 22.6%. Then in 2000, just a short time later, you know, when it came back after 87, we were rolling, everybody was happy, right? Then in 2000, we had that dot-com bubble. Housing market went down, everything was just going on. our market dropped. As we were trying to come back, guess what happened? We were attacked 9/11, 2001, and then the market in 2002, by 2002 had declined more than 80% from where it was in 2000. Now I had a client after 9/11 when that happened, he was eligible for retirement. And when all of this was going on and the market was going down, he wanted to retire. And I said, hey, you may want to reposition some of your funds so if the market continues to drop, then you won't be affected. Well, just like a lot of us, we hear the information, but we're used to, good things always happening. So he didn't reposition the money. And as a result, he ended up losing 50% of his TSP. So guess what he wasn't doing anymore? He was not retiring because he wouldn't have enough money to make up the difference between his pension that he was receiving, even with the first supplement that he was going to take, wasn't going to be enough. So he stayed. And I want to get to this point right here. So then in 2008 to 2009, remember we had another financial panic where the government had to step in. So are you seeing a theme? As things happen, the market goes up and down. So in 2008 through 2009, that's when the government stepped in because our market was crashing again. Right? And they bailed out all of the banks from all of the predatory lending that was happening to make sure that, we were okay. We didn't go through another Great Depression. And after that, when we were bailed out, guess what happened? We went on the longest bull run in history. So, and that ended in 2000 when guess what happened? The pandemic. And we had a 20% decline, but guess what happened? It came right back up. And see, I'm going through all of this to say that the market is cyclical. When we had that bull run, it's so predictable that the average market decline is about 1.5 years. Then that's followed by the bull, then you have a bull run that normally lasts about 2 to 2.5 years. Now, we were on one and we are kind of having, a decline right now, but after the bull run comes what? It goes up, then it goes down to a decline. So what we're seeing happening now, because yesterday the market sold off over 3%, is down again today. But what we always tell our clients is that because we have euphoria about the market going up, we have amnesia about how we felt when it went down. For those of you, and it should be everyone on here just about, in 2008 and 2009, when that market crashed, how did you feel? What did you say you were going to do? And so it wouldn't happen to you again. But now we're right back here again. And Rita always, we had a conversation and she was like, Darlene, the Lord revealed to me that the baby boomers are going to be the ones to suffer the most in retirement because we've lived through that bull run. And so in our mind, we have forgotten. That's that amnesia. We forgot what it was like in 2008 and 2002 when we lost 50% of our portfolios. And so, amnesia and euphoria is, guess what? A Molotov cocktail for your finances. So where have we been and where are we going? So we've been through some recessions, right? We just had one. We're trying not to go into one now, but that's what happens when, we don't know if we're going to go to war for sure. We're a proxy, I believe. Then we've had high inflation. Inflation right now is like at 8%. We have market declines. Our paychecks are shrinking, tax increases. Now we really, as high as our taxes are right now, when we look at the history of taxes, Do you know we're still paying some of the lowest? Our grandparents, they had a 90% income tax rate, and then that dropped to like 70%. So for us in the 30s, our taxes are really on sale. And guess what? I want to say one more thing about the tax increases. Right now, we're operating under the Secure Act, right? But in 2026, January 1, if Congress doesn't act, then our taxes are going back up again. Not through any changes, but just by letting the current tax law expire. Now, many people, before all of this started happening to our economy, were under the impression that, guess what? Oh, Congress isn't going to let that expire. Well, we, the United States, make our money through taxes, and our tax revenue has been cut. So what do you think is going to happen to taxes? I don't know, but I'm trying to get my mind around how do we keep the taxes where we are, our GDP and our debt, more importantly, is continuing to climb because we don't have enough revenue coming in. So that's where we have been, right? So where are we going? To the same things like we're having right now. It happened to our grandparents' time, and it's happening to us. And guess what? Our children are going to go through the same thing. They're going to live through recessions. We're going to have high inflation. There's going to be market declines. We're going to still have shrinking paychecks. Then it's going to come back. Then we're going to have taxes, because taxes is how we make money. That's the only way the United States makes really money, any money. So what can we do? Because that's what we want to know, right? Well, how do I mitigate all of this, Darlene? Well, number one, you need to have a written retirement income plan that no matter what happens in our economy, you know exactly where your money is going to come from. You know exactly when to turn it on. It has been mathematically tested to show that regardless of what happens, it's inflation proof, you're going to be okay in retirement. Then you have to know your numbers. We have been lulled into believing, because we were taught, oh, you need to accumulate $1 million. You need $1 million. You need 500,000. You need 2 million. I don't know what they're saying we need now. But what I want to point out to you is that it's not the size of the asset that matters, but can it guarantee you income? That's what's important. How much guaranteed income can I get out of this asset? So I have 2 clients, and this is a great example. So one of them has a portfolio, their TSP is like at $500,000. Now the other one only had like 300,000. And so we were talking to them about different plans. Hey, how you can, shield your money, get stock market returns without the market laws. And so one was like, they had the larger account, was like, you know what? Well, I found a plan that's going to, give me so much more bonus for coming, and securing my money with them. And as we were explaining, as I was explaining to them, like, that sounds good, but in the end, how much money will you be able to get out? And when we looked at that number compared to the person who had a lower amount, do you know that their income flow was going to be the same, where the one that had 500,000 thought they were going to be getting more? And why did that happen? Because of the percentage that they could actually get out. So looking at just the balance, that's not the whole story, right, Rita?
It truly is not, Darlene, is where many people get very confused when it comes to retirement, because they're only looking at one thing. When you look at retirement, it's multifaceted, just like your pool of money. And so we always say it's not just a pool of money. And having a high amount of money isn't always the best thing if you don't have the right strategy to disperse the money. Because if you grow it and then now you're just going to, I've had clients that say they had $1 million, they're just going to spend the money because they think it can last a lifetime. But what cost $1 last year is $1.60 this year. So you know, that million may not last unless you're able to create some guaranteed income from it. So really sitting down, and I know you guys say, Rita, darling, y'all just give me too much. My head hurt. Clients say that all the time when they're in there sitting me like, girl, my head hurt. And I get it that your head hurt, but if we don't allow our heads to hurt and get the information we need, not only will our head hurt later, our heart's going to hurt later, our finances going to hurt later, and then probably our loved ones who's going to have to help take care of us because we didn't plan properly.
Exactly. And Rita, that leads me to the next point. When we have these market declines, because we are going to have market declines all the time. Our stock market is cyclical. It's designed that way. But depending on when you jump in, you may forget that it will go down because you're having nothing but gains. And that's why people don't want to get out. But to offset that, what you need to set up is have buffer assets. And these are assets that during market declines, you can pull on so that you don't have to touch your assets that are actually in the market and have lost money. So when you have, and there are different types of buffer assets that are out there because the market is going to go up and the market is going to go down just like it's doing right now. That's what it's designed to do. So if you want to know more about buffer assets, hey, reach out to us. We can definitely go over that with you because it's not a one size fit all. Everyone has different options. And then you want to create multiple streams of income. You have to have multiple streams of income. And that's what Rita was talking about. You know, when you have a large pool of money, if you don't have strategies, how are you going to account for the what ifs that come up in retirement? Because when you are in retirement and now you're drawing down off of your assets, off of your retirement pools, if you don't have a buffer asset, you really could run through that money. Because you're taking it out and the stock market is taking it out, right, Rita? And then you need to have, you know, save if you want to try to offset the rise in taxes, then you need to save in tax-free vehicles so that you pay the taxes now while they're on sale. And so later on, you don't have to pay them. So it doesn't matter what happens, but what have we been conditioned to do? Tax deferred, tax deferred, tax deferred, right? So that's why it's important to sit down with a financial professional, such as your Financial Fun Friday team or our other team members here at Affordable Benefit Solutions, because we're going to give it to you real. We're giving you the real.
And Dr. Ali, you know, one thing I want to add too, I think one of the big things that we talked about, I think in February was about those emotions and how we're tied to our money. And so the reason why they can't let go of the gains, because we have to begin to say, is that greed? How much is enough? Like, are we willing to risk? I think it was Warren Buffett said, are we willing to risk what we have and what we need for what we don't have and what we don't need? And so that whole, because it's been so good these last 10 years, 20%, 30%, 18, we don't want to let go of that potential of this good return that we're willing to risk losing 18, 30%. So I think it goes back to that whole emotion and how does it make us feel? Now, are we willing to be okay with that being in this retirement danger zone with you 5 years before retirement or 5 years after? You're in that period that you got to ask yourself, am I willing to lose any money? And granted, I could earn a whole lot, but can I afford to lose? And if you cannot afford to lose because retirement is at your door, you're 1 year out, 6 months out, you know, the end of the month, then you have to begin to look at things differently from when you had 10 years ago, 5 years ago, or 30. You're now in this retirement zone where a drop in the market does matter. It matters. So what is enough for you? And is greed a part of your plan? Because if that's a part of your plan, you definitely have a problem.
Absolutely, Rita, absolutely. And go back to our YouTube channel and watch those. We just finished those up right in February, like you said. So go back over to YouTube, look for us, Financial Fun Friday. And then Great Expectations. We are living longer. And ladies, I want to specifically talk to you and our men on here. Kevin, we're not discounting you, but women, we live longer. And so we work full time, but we earn 82% on average. So we're earning 12% less than our male counterparts. And what does that mean? If we're earning less, we have less to save. And then couple that with the fact that women, we are primarily responsible for giving care to both the children and to our elderly parents and loved ones. So that takes away from us being in the marketplace. You know, we may go from being a stay-at-home mom to a stay-at-home caregiver for our spouse or our parents. And oftentimes, 72% of caregivers end up needing care themselves. And as I said, when we are in and out of the marketplace, that's going to impact our savings, our Social Security, our retirement benefits, and our pensions. And caregiving is not just a woman's issue. It's a family issue. And I want to add this, that 80% of men die married, while 80% of women die single. So we're going to be living longer, which means we have to make sure we have more money that is left. And extended caregiving, it's a women's issue, but it's a family issue. And while you are in good health right now, this is the time to talk about it, because I want to ask you a few questions. If something were to happen to you, and I know you can't even fathom that right now because you are in good health, you don't see anything happening to you, but let's say it does. Who have you designated in your mind to take care of you, but you've not let that person know? And where are the assets? Where's the money going to come from to provide your care? Now, I know some of you are thinking, oh, well, I'm gonna be retired. I have my TSP, I have my pensions, but aren't you gonna be living on that already? Are those bills gonna go away simply because you became ill? So now will your loved ones' money and assets have to protect you? Is that really what you want for them?
Darling, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I have a really funny, but not so funny story. I was over at a client house a few months ago, and we were talking about, her plan, and we got the long-term care. And she said she wasn't getting long-term care because it was too expensive. I said, well, who's going to take care of you? She said her daughter. So about 20 minutes later, we're doing her paperwork for her annuity, her rollover. Her daughter walks in. She introduced me to her. And I said, is this the one who's going to take care of you when you get old? And the daughter was looking like, she was like, Mom, you said that. She was like, you gonna take him? She said, you better have something to take care of you. Her mother looked at me. I said, you see why you need long-term care? But it was funny, but it really wasn't funny because it was like, no, Mom, I can't, that's a lot of work. And it's not, I don't think she did not love her mother, but it was the fact that she could probably seen it happen before. She either got friends or other family members and realized, that's a lot of work. When you have an opportunity to do something about it, you're willing to put that on me. She was like, So that's a real thing that and like Darlene always say, if you made somebody your caregiver, you need to have a conversation with them so they're aware of it. And so they can let you know whether they want to do that or not, and whether they have the capacity and the finances to handle that.
Exactly. That's why I say it is a family issue. It's a family issue because where's the money going to come from? How is that going to affect their children? So is that the position you want to put your loved ones in? And everybody say, oh, well, don't put me in a nursing home. Don't worry, you're not going to a nursing home. You're going to be at home more than likely. 80% of care is at home. So who's going to quit their job to be home with you? I'm just saying. Something to think about. Questions to ponder. If this is something that's touched you, reach out to us, 301-577-6340. I appreciate you hanging in here with us. I know we are going a little over, but I want to let you know we have said all of this. We are having a fantastic upcoming event. We're doing it again. We're showing the baby boomer dilemma. After our first showing, it was such an overwhelming response. Everyone was like, hey, when are you going to do it again? I mean, as soon as the movie was over, because they started seeing, I was here, but I want this person to see it. I want that person to see it. So it's going to be May 17th at 6 p.m. If you're here in the area, it's going to be at the Bowie Movie Theater in Bowie, of course, the Regal Cinema 14 movie theater. So if you get there by 5:45, between 5:30 and 5:45, we are giving a movie concession gift card because the film starts promptly at 6 o'clock. So Rita, if you could drop in the chat box the link where they can go and register, that would be great. But you don't want to miss this, because this talks to some of these very things that I've gone over today. So as we age and go into retirement, we are going to be facing a dilemma. And because you say, oh, well, I'm not a baby boomer, that doesn't apply to me. One day you're going to be retiring. It's just that we, the baby boomers, are here retiring right now. But this could easily be called the millennials dilemma. The Gen Z, are they Gen Z, Rita? Gen X, no, I think we Gen X. All of these gens are going to be facing a dilemma if we don't act now, because I don't know what comes after the millennials. So grab your kids and come on out too. You definitely want to be there. So planning is just bringing the future into the present so that we can do something about it right now. And that's what we try to do, give you planning tips about your future retirement so you can do something about it right now. So here at ABS, we are a full service financial solutions company. We help you with your retirement planning, no matter where you are, estate planning. Long-term care is a family issue, how to tax efficiently transfer your assets, all of your insurance needs, whether you're young, just getting into the government, or just starting to working, or you're already retired, it doesn't matter. And of course, credit and debt elimination, that helps you have and free up your finances to better enable you to have the financial retirement that you are hoping for. So what's going to be right for you? We don't know. That's why we want you to come in and talk to us so we can map out a strategy that fits your particular situation. So give us a call in the office, 301-577-6340. Come on in, call us to book an appointment, have a 15-minute conversation so we can see how we can, assist you. Rita, did we have any questions?
No questions. I don't think any questions, but I just want to say happy Mother's Day to my partner, Miss Darlene Jenkins, the mom of the favorite goddaughter in the whole wide world. Yes, I'm biased towards my baby. Yes, I am. Darlene hates it. She hates it that me and Jordan got this pact that can't nobody break, even her. Me and Jordan be scheming on it, but it's okay. She knows.
They do, you all. I'm telling you.
Happy Mother's Day to everyone watching, to all of those godmothers like me and all of those bonus moms like me and all those aunts like me. Happy Mother's Day to you, that you have a wonderful, know that you are worthy and that God has used you mightily for what he's called us to do as mothers, aunts, and godmothers. We got a purpose here. So thank you very much. Hope you guys learn something today. Because remember, this whole thing we're doing about helping you to put the pieces together to your own puzzles. Some of you may have 8 pieces to the puzzle. Some may only have 3. Some of y'all may have 10 or 15. It doesn't matter. But you got to put all of the pieces together, and you can't let them frustrate you or just get stressed because it seemed like it's too much. It's better that it be too much and you handle it now than you be in a position that you don't have the energy, the finances, or the help to help you do it. So take the time, even if you take it in bite pieces, I'm going to handle this month. Have a schedule of the things you want to take care of. I got to take care of my life insurance. I got to take care of my retirement plan. I got to take care of my estate plan. I got to take care, write out a list of things to do, and then put your priority, which one is first, and say by the end of these 2 weeks or this month, I'm going to have it taken care. The thing that we can't do is nothing. Nothing never yields anything. Just so you know, nothing never yields anything, but something will always get you somewhere. So
absolutely. And I just want to give a shout out down. I don't know if you saw her or not, but Cheryl White, hey, down there in the Big Easy in New Orleans. What's going on? Thank you all so much from all over the country for tuning in. We appreciate you. And we will see you on the 3rd Friday this month. Look forward to talking to you then. See you all. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy your Mother's Day. All of the mommies out there and aunties and grandmas, because even if you don't have kids, you're still a mom in a village. All right, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.